Zach Wilson impressing at Lambeau. The young Jets QB shining in Green Bay. Meanwhile, Chicago doesn't blink when it comes to their Week 1 starter. Tua taking a step forward against the Falcons. Plus, Tim Hasselbeck tells us what stood out in Big Ben's preseason debut. And the disaster continues for the Mets. The Dodgers keep streaking as the NL West stays tight now on SportsCenter.
Come on, it's 2-1, because I'm here to stay. So you know what that means. A1 model.
Don't leave him hanging, Trey. Don't leave him hanging.
What we're going to do is have fun and party.
Words to live by. Welcome to SportsCenter. Bill and Michael with you. Busy Saturday in the NFL with the preseason schedule. And the focus was squarely on young quarterbacks.
Yeah, and based on the draft positions, all of these guys are expected to be their team's eventual franchise QB. It's just a matter of when that future starts. We kick things off in Chicago, where 10-year vet Andy Dalton was expected to be the starter in Chicago, but Justin Fields, the rookie out of Ohio State, throwing a lot of doubt into the expectation, especially in the minds of Bears fans. Chicago taking on the Bills. Here's Andy Dalton on this whole quarterback competition.
Justin's going to have his time, and Justin's going to have a great career. But right now, it's my time, and so my focus is on being the best player I can be for this team and do everything I can to help this team win.
All right, so second quarter, more time. How about that grab by Adams more than anything off the helmet? Dalton feeling good? He won't feel good about this one when he looks at the video. Nick McCloud with the interception. Dalton goes 11 for 17, 146 yards, touchdown interception. Here he is after the game.
I feel like I've been handling this offense, leading this offense, and the things that I've been able to do. I feel really confident about where I'm at right now.
All right, so look, Andy ain't trying to didn't see the pressure coming from Andre Smith, and Smith takes the helmet off of Fields. Flags come in, can't make completion there. But, oh, he's limping a little bit. What happened? Oh, he got crushed to the ground. That's what happened. That could even maybe possibly draw a flag. 41-15 the final, but Michelle still has more about these quarterbacks.
The headline for this game is that Andy Dalton is still your Week 1 starter, despite never having been able to establish a rhythm with the rest of this offense through 2 preseason games. So I asked his head coach, Matt Nagy, how much stock does he put into 2 lackluster performances for a starting quarterback?
The stock of Andy for us is going to be something for us is seeing what he does during the season. You know, that's how we got to be able to see what can Andy do during the season with this team and with these guys. That has been our plan this whole entire time. I truly understand the for people to want to see more Justin and all that. I get that. But we also understand where we're at and what the true plan is. And all we can do is ask Justin to keep playing, and he's doing it, and Andy to keep playing, and Nick to keep playing.
Andy Dalton might be your Week 1 starter, but I can tell you Chicago fans did not want to see Dalton out there calling out Justin Fields' name when Dalton was playing in the first half. Fields said he felt that was a little bit disrespectful, maybe even counterproductive. Fields said that when Dalton's out there, he hopes he scores 100 points, and when he's out there, he hopes he does the same. At Soldier Field, I'm Michelle Steele, ESPN.
All right, Michelle, thanks a lot. Now, if you look at the numbers, it's clear that Fields is getting more of the work here in the preseason, nearly doubling his total in pass attempts. But Dalton has actually been much more proficient in terms of yards per attempt. He's also completed a higher percentage of passes through Chicago's first 2 games.
All right, so we saw Justin Fields. How about Zach Wilson, the second overall pick from this year's draft, was looking real comfortable in his second preseason game. Jets taking on the Packers. Opening drive for the Jets, Wilson facing his first third down of the day, connecting with Corey Davis, and those two had a connection all game, 24-yard game. Davis signed in the offseason after 4 years with Tennessee. They're going to be the number 1 target. That's Eric Stokes right there. First-round pick for the Packers, played at Georgia. Nice little breakup. The Jets would have to settle for the field goal. They take an early lead. Later in the quarter, Jets now trailing 7-3. A minute left in the first. Wilson hooking up with Davis again for the third down conversion. Very next play, 1st and 10, 43-yard line. Now he's just playing favorites. Looking for Davis. 27-yard gain. Wilson showcasing his mobility, his arm strength there. Davis would finish with 4 catches, 70 yards. Says his chemistry really starting to build up here with Wilson. Same drive, empty backfield. Wilson finding Tyler Kroft for this first touchdown of the preseason, but you can see his poise right there. Looks off to safety, then throws a bullet to Kroft. The Jets retaking the lead. They're up 10-7. Later in the quarter, down again. This time it's 14-10. Wilson, the Jets in the red zone with the fake handoff, rolls off to his left, finding Kroft. And that's his second touchdown of the day. Wilson looking extremely sharp in his second start of the preseason. He goes 9 of 11, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. And New York goes on to win 23-14. So the number 2 overall pick has seen some pretty good success this preseason, completing 75% of his passes for nearly 200 yards in New York's first 2 games. He also leads all quarterbacks with 9.6 yards per pass attempt. Kind of unfamiliar territory for Jets fans, considering Sam Darnold averaged just 6 yards per pass attempt last season. That was 4th worst in the league.
All right, for a little more insight, good to have Tim Hasselbeck in the studio with us here for SportsCenter. Let's talk about these 2 rookie quarterbacks we just saw. Let's start with Zach Wilson. The expectation in New York is the team is his, and he's going to do what with it, though, in your eyes?
I think he'll play well. I mean, he's a pretty experienced passer, and I think what we saw from him were kind of the traits that you would expect to see. Things that he did in college kind of translating in the preseason. Coming off of the play action, he's trying to get this post to the bottom of the screen. But because of the safety rotation, he comes off of it. Mekhi Becton gets beat, so he's got to move outside the pocket. This is an off-platform throw, Michael, from the middle of the field where he drives this football about 35 yards to the sideline of Corey Davis. That's big time. Then in the red zone, trying to look off the free safety, move him to his right to hit the seam to Tyler Kroft. Well, the safety doesn't really move, and the seam gets pushed inside. But look at how Zach Wilson protects his tight end with the throw, basically being the eyes for his receivers as he's about to get hit. That's also really well done, already ready for.
Okay. Jets fans are hopeful for those very things you're talking about. But let's go to Chicago, because a little different story with Justin Fields. It was supposed to be Andy Dalton's team as the veteran coming in. But all of a sudden, Justin feels like maybe he's not ready to sit as a rookie week 1. What have you seen?
Well, listen, I've seen a guy like the Bears fans are excited to see him play.
Yes.
I'm excited to see him play. I feel like he's making it seem easy. Even when he doesn't have all the answers, he's making it seem easy. Now, I will say this. He does at times seem confused. 5-man protection. The offensive line is sliding left, which means if you get pressure off the bottom of your screen, which you get here, you've got to throw hot to your running back. He's looking to his left. The running back's wide open looking for the football, and he nearly gets hurt. The Bears benefit because it was a penalty. Same thing happens about 2 minutes later. Protection is sliding left. You get edge pressure, you better throw hot. This time he sees it. Now, I think he kind of falls into it, but he sees it, ball comes out. Obviously, a completion, they end up getting the first down. And so as good as he's been creating, and he's been outstanding creating, he's done a great job of creating big plays. The most important thing for a quarterback is you have to start with protection. And if you're not all the way there, you can get hurt, as we just saw. Yeah, but again, Matt Nagy, we heard from Michelle Steele earlier, he says he's going with Andy Dalton as of right now, but it was a few weeks before the opener. Tim's come back a little bit later, take a deeper look at some of the other games we had on Saturday.